Hello, my name's Josh Slotnick, and I work here at the Peas Farm in Missoula, Montana, where I grow vegetables with teenagers, university students, and community volunteers. We use the act of growing food as a way to build community. We connect people who otherwise wouldn't cross paths and deepen those connections through the act of growing food together. I believe that it's not about food, it's about what happens when we grow food together. So we started, our first season was in 1997, and back then we had 1 2-acre farm and 1 community garden. Now, 17 some odd years later, we have 4 neighborhood farms. That's 4 farms in city limits. The one we're sitting at right here, the Peas Farm, is just under 10 acres. We also operate 7 community gardens, and we have 4 school gardens and programs for teenagers, school children, university students, and senior citizens. So this thing has really just taken off over the last 17 years. It's amazing how these potatoes just grow on the tarp. It's so helpful. You just gather them.
They're so clean.
They're so clean too. Primary workers here are university students, but we also have this small group of teenagers, and these youth, these kids, for the most part, all face some pretty big obstacles. Some of them are involved with Missoula Youth Drug Court, some of them live in youth homes. They all face some pretty big challenges. Now, when these kids typically interact with the adult world, they're told in a myriad of different ways that they're a burden and they're a problem. And they internalize this and often act as if they are a burden and a problem.
I've been with Youth Harvest 2 years now, and before Youth Harvest, I was dealing with a lot of things. I was in a lot of legal trouble, substance abuse. I was homeless and I didn't have any sort of relationship with my mother. But since I've joined Garden City Harvest, I've moved back in with my mom. I have a job. I haven't gotten any tickets, and I'm in school and I'm about to graduate.
These kids grow beautiful food, and 3 times a week they load up our big bright red van and they drive that food off to low-income housing for senior citizens. These 2 groups, they just fit together like hand in glove. So 3 times a week, our teenagers set up what looks like a mock farmer's market. So beautiful tables, heavily laden with carrots and beets and potatoes and onions and beans and all the rest of it. And the senior citizens charge these tables, storm out there as fast as they can to fill their bags. And we sell this food, we as the NGO, the nonprofit that runs this, is called Garden City Harvest. We sell this food for 2/3 less than you would at the farmer's market. It's our food, we grew it, we can sell it for whatever we like. So it's subsidized, but we do the subsidy.
You could take those 2, that's fine.
It's a wonderful program. 1, the teenagers are off the street. 2, we're getting really nice, good food at an amazing price. These 2 bags are full $6. $6. And we interact. That's the biggest part of it. It's the interaction piece, the fact that they deliver. So that's kind of how it goes.
And that's it? Yeah. That's all you wanted? Okay, so these are $50.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I bag for you?
I didn't have any bags to bring you today.
That's okay. Somebody else brought some today.
Can I have
You're
2 of
taking care.
these?
You can.
My daughter and I are going to make salsa.
Ooh, fun.
And your peppers?
Yeah.
How long do they keep? Because we can't...
A week? 2 weeks? I don't know. And I could probably only do 2 peppers for you today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The senior citizens face some really large hurdles in getting good food. 1, they don't have transportation, and 2, they don't have much money. So we bring the food right to them. And watching the senior citizens receive the teenagers is really special. Because unlike every other adult that these kids meet in an institutional setting, the senior citizens receive them as heroes, as saviors. Look what you brought for us. And then they have animated conversations about tomato sauce, how to cook green beans, or when the zucchini's too big. It's quite amazing. Many years ago, I had a similar experience. I was a student at the UC Santa Cruz Farm and Garden many years ago, and I had this very experience of understanding my own power and being attached to others and being attached to a place. And once I got on that path, even though sometimes I wavered, I always came back, because this was the seminal event in my life. And I realized I tapped into something very special, because it wasn't just me, it was everyone who was there was feeling that. And I wanted to dedicate myself to making sure that other people were able to have that same experience, because on the self-serving side, then I get it too. So every summer here, I get to watch a group of people fall in love with one another and with this place. And it's the greatest treat there is.